Greetings, Hive fans, and welcome to another video where I help you play Hive like a champion. This is round 2 of the BoardSpace Open from 2023. Game 1 of a 2-game match in this round between me and Eucalyx, Christian Sperling, my original Hive mentor. Both of us have been previous world champions, so it's an exciting match to say the least. A little bit apprehensive going up against such a strong player this early in the tournament, but we'll see how it turns out. Of course, every game it seems like there's 1 or 2 learning points throughout the game. And so there's a couple points in this game that I think are very instructive. I think you'll enjoy it. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'm playing wide open with a ladybug. Christian opened with a grasshopper. I played the queen, he played the mosquito, I played an ant, and he played the queen in an extended C opening, a buffered opening, which is becoming more and more popular. And then if you notice right over there, I'll put the shoe designation. That's the standard Hive opening encyclopedia designation. I followed with a mosquito, and then Christian brought in his pill bug, instant double pill bug, as the mosquito gets pill bug power as well. Recently I've been doing a lot of attacking with my mosquito when I'm white, trying to separate the pill bug and the queen. And that's what I did here. I warped the pill bug away, got it away from the black queen. So very early on I have qualified for the win, although this is a temporary qualification. It's not the better type of qualification where you can actually cover the pill bug or queen with a top of hive bug like a big bug, like a beetle or a mosquito. The only disadvantage with doing this is it does give my opponent the opportunity to take a big lead in the ant game. So his ant pins my beetle. I warp the pill bug back into position, but if you notice, that gives beetle power to my mosquito and virtually forces him to tie up 2 ants, pinning 1 beetle and 1 mosquito. And then I attack with my only ant that I have in play. But now I have not qualified for the win, although black has taken a couple turns to get back into that qualifying position. Actually, I helped him get back in that qualifying position, trying to get my mosquito free. He moves his pill bug away, which takes the pill bug power away from my mosquito. I bring in an ant, he brings a spider, and I pin the spider. I would much rather at this early point in the game keep my ants free and mobile rather than allow his spider to pin my ant. Now, this is a very instructive position here. One of the 2 what I thought were extremely instructive positions from this game. This black ant is free to move. The mosquito is no longer needed for the pin. The black ant is providing a bidirectional pin on the mosquito. But if the black ant should move away, then it gives me a spot to spawn my pill bug in a proximity pill bug position, so it's providing some protection to the queen, but also in the position that the mosquito could warp the pill bug over, possibly giving beetle power to the mosquito. So throughout the game, I'm watching for that. In fact, well, you'll see what happens later. He brings in a beetle. I pin it. He brings in an ant. Now, once he brought in this ant, then it's okay. My ant is pinning his ant. If his spider comes out and pins my ant, that's a net 0 on that. We've both lost an ant. And then my ant would still be in an elbow pin. The spider would go 1, 2, 3. elbow pin here, and the possibility of filling this spot to free the white ant. So I'm okay with that right at the moment. This spider comes in excellent positioning for this spider. This is the quintessential ambiguous spider. It can go 1, 2, 3 and pin this ant, although it doesn't really need to because this spider is threatening to do that. Or it can go 1, 2, 3 and pin that ant. I bring in my final ant. He does, in fact, pin my ant. I bring in a beetle, and this is the second situation here. You always like to qualify for the win, in fact, you have to qualify for the win. And the most likely way to qualify for the win is with a beetle or a mosquito with beetle power. This beetle, however, is strictly defensive. This beetle is standing guard, protecting his queen from the possibility of the black beetle or black mosquito, and there's a pin-proof spawn point here, so black beetle number 2 can come into this spot. And that's exactly what happens. Black beetle number 2 comes in. I was expecting that, and so my beetle is now standing guard. The beetle takes a tempo to climb up because you don't want the beetle to get pinned. The beetle moves over, which one or the other of these beetles is going to be free to move atop the hive. My ant pins his ant. He brings a ladybug in, which then what this does is this frees this mosquito. The mosquito can use beetle power to climb up, and then a direct drop here would free one of the other beetles. So at this point, he has the possibility of getting 2 beetles atop the hive. I only have the 1 beetle defending, but I'm fairly confident because he's only got the 2 reserve. And then here's the second point. I kind of put the spider here. Of course, what the spider is doing is it's threatening to do a pin replacement. I was really hoping that that spider would lure his ant away from that critical spot. And that's exactly what happened. His black ant comes out to pin my spider, and now I've saved the pill bug for this moment. I bring the pill bug in. It's a good proximity position, so it's protecting these 2 spots from the queen, but it also gives pill bug power to the mosquito, so the pill bug can be warped over to here. Now, right now, if the pill bug gets warped to here, the black ladybug can go out and pin the mosquito, and I haven't gained beetle power from my mosquito. So when his beetle comes up, I spawn a grasshopper here, which of course does have an angle of attack to this spot if needed. But more importantly, when the pill bug gets warped over to here, the ladybug can no longer pin the mosquito. So at this point, it's not possible for Eucalyx to keep me from getting a top of hive bug up, potentially qualifying for the win. He pins my ant, which now all my ants are pinned. He's winning the ant game. He has the only mobile ant. And I warp the pill bug over. And of course, it virtually forces him to warp his queen out. Otherwise, I immediately cover the queen. And then my mosquito climbs up. Now, another interesting point here as well. This grasshopper is threatening to move to here, which would then allow this beetle up as well. He brings in a grasshopper and an anti-spawn defense. He doesn't want my mosquito to cover the queen and get a direct drop out here. And that's what I did. My grasshopper jumped over. His grasshopper jumps over, so both of us will have 2 bugs atop the hive. Although I didn't immediately go atop the hive, instead the pill bug warped the beetle over into this position. And his mosquito is forced to come back to play some defense. Now my beetle climbs atop his queen, and he covers my mosquito. So this series of moves got me 2 bugs atop the hive. It has redirected one of his 2 bugs that he had atop the hive back to defense, so my beetle standing guard is still doing a good job of protecting the queen. He is out of bugs, no bugs in reserve. I still have 3 bugs in reserve. I have 3 spots to fill, and I have a beetle up, so at this point I'm feeling fairly confident, but you never can tell. Grasshopper comes in, beetle drops down, grasshopper comes over. Grasshopper to here is threatening to take the setup shot, which would then, if the black grasshopper jumps away, then it would leave a direct drop spot here. So his beetle is on its way to covering my beetle. So rather than allowing that to happen, I move out, covering his grasshopper. Now my grasshopper is threatening to come to here to take the setup shot, with the beetle taking the kill shot. His only defense is the beetle coming out to cover the beetle here. And I take the setup shot. Now at this point, I have only a spider left in reserve. I have to figure out a way to get a bug into that kill spot. The beetle is threatening, so his black beetle must cover it. Spider to there. Now, if you notice, if the pill bug is allowed to continue using its power, the pill bug can warp the spider to here, and nothing can stop this grasshopper. So he has no choice but to cover the pill bug. Now, if my mosquito moves to here, that would allow him to warp his queen away. So my grasshopper jumps across to there. And his beetle comes back, which is a very interesting, because now what this does is this sets up a beetle gate. My mosquito no longer can drop into there, but that's not a big problem. I waste a turn. I could have won it here, but I took an extra turn. Couple extra turns. And at this point, he's able to warp the ant away, but my ant takes the setup shot, and then my mosquito takes the kill shot. A couple very instructive positions in here. One is the situation where I had the one beetle standing guard between the attacking opponent beetles and my queen, and that beetle stood there for most of the game, protecting his queen. And the second was a situation where I kept my pill bug out of play. My queen was not in danger early on. I was looking to drop the pill bug into this spot, and I was able to lure the ant away. Even Christian and I talked about that after the game. He said he kind of had a lapse of concentration when he allowed me to do that. And that was the turning point on the game, I believe, was getting that pill bug into position where the pill bug, in conjunction with the mosquito, would get the mosquito atop the hive, and the pill bug would be in attacking position. So it was a very good game. I was very happy that I was able to win. We've got game 2 scheduled very soon. Hopefully at 2 will be a excellent game, one worthy of a video. So as always, I am here helping you play Hive like a champion. If you'd like to help support the channel, you can check out my buy me a coffee link down below. And of course, check out if you don't already have a copy of my book, Play Hive Like a Champion. I've also published the Hive Lexicon and the Standard Hive Opening Encyclopedia. So thanks again for watching. Until next time, this is Randy Ingersoll signing off.